Well, welcome project management students to this series of videos on how to effectively and successfully set up a schedule using Microsoft Project. This is the third in the series, and in this video we will be looking at the environment and how to set that up for your project. Take a look at setting up the environment. The environment consists of 4 steps. Setting the start date, for step number 1, updating the calendar with non-work days such as holidays, days that the company may be closed, etc. Step 3 is setting your project to auto schedule. And then step 4, saving the project as a read-only file. So with that, let's get started with the demonstration. So here again we have the Gantt chart view of Microsoft Project. If you recall, the 4 steps are setting the start date for our project, setting non-work days, setting our schedule to auto schedule is number 3, and then saving our project as a read-only file. The first one is setting the start date for our project. Most of these steps can be found in the Project tab, including this first step, setting the start date. You can do it in the Project Information pop-up box that you will see once you click on the icon. Here we have the Project Information pop-up box, and you can see in this box there's a lot of various information that you can look at and manipulate, including the start date, the finish date. Where are you scheduling from? I'm scheduling from the start date. You can also change that to scheduling from the project finish date. There's also the current date, a status date, the various calendars. Microsoft Project has 3 different standard calendars: the 24-hour calendar, which is 3 8-hour shifts, the night shift, which is 2 8-hour shifts, and then the standard calendar, which is 8 hours. We'll be doing all of our scheduling in the standard calendar. Underneath that is the priorities. That's a more advanced area. We won't be going into that. But then down at the bottom here, you'll be seeing the statistics button, OK, and cancel. Now, the one thing you should always be aware of is if you manipulate something in a particular box or area and there is a OK button, you always need to click on that. Never click on the red X to close that box out. By clicking on the red X, anything that you have changed will not be saved. So with this, let's set the start date for our project. If you click on the down, it will give you a calendar. Let's say, for example, that we're going to start on November 13th for our project. And once again, everything else we're scheduling from the start date, etc. So let's click on the OK. And what you will see here is a small dotted line will appear here in your Gantt chart of Microsoft Project. That indicates the start date. There's one other thing I wanted to show you in the project information pop-up box. So let's bring that back up. And that's the statistics button here, which will bring up this box. It really gives you some very helpful information regarding your project, from what is the start date, finish date currently, how much, what is the overall duration, how many hours is your project, what is the overall cost. It's a real good summary box of project information that you may need. So just be aware that that does exist. So that's step number 1, setting the start date. Pretty simple. Go to the Project tab and go to the Project Information icon and bring up the Project Information pop-up box. Step 2 is setting non-work days, such as holidays for your company. This does not include days off for individual employees, such as vacation days. These are just days off that the company is closed or your organization is closed. We'll be discussing how to set up a employee vacation calendar when we get to resources. This is done in the change work time icon in the project tab. So let's click on that. Again, it's in the project tab and it's the change work time icon. This pop-up box will show up and it really has some very good information in it again. Once again, what is our calendar? Again, Microsoft Project has 3 different ones. We can create a new calendar. We'll be doing that when we discuss resources. And then we have the calendar down here. Microsoft Project automatically sets up our calendar to be from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, with Friday, Saturday, and Sundays off. So be aware of that. Over here is a legend of what the various things indicate, and then we have exceptions and work weeks. So under the exceptions, this is where we'll want to add those non-work days. For example, November 23rd and 24th, let's say we have off for Thanksgiving. So click on those 2 dates. You can left click and drag across them and it will highlight them like that. And then you can, and you'll see they'll turn black when you click down here in the entry area and put Thanksgiving holiday. And then click OK. Once we do that, this box will go away. And what you will be able to see is that on Thursday and Friday in your calendar here, they are now grayed out, indicating that they are non-work days. Let's say, for example, that you want to put in the Christmas holiday on December 25th. You can do that as well. So you can add a number of holidays here in the change work, and always remember to click the OK. So that is step number 2, adding non-work days for your company or organization into the Gantt chart. The third step is auto schedule, setting your schedule to auto schedule. I have mine automatically set to auto schedule. Yours down here is probably indicating manual schedule. If it says manual schedule down here, you will want to change it to auto schedule. Let me show you how to do that. That's done in the backstage by clicking on the File button and then clicking on the Options. And this pop-up box will show up. We haven't seen this before, so let's take a quick overview of it. Not much in this you will want to really change, to be quite candid with you. General information, nothing here that really needs to be changed. The display, the only thing I want to show you here is that you can change the currency once we get to the budget end of it, from various currencies around the world. I think it's the Pakistan ruble, US dollar, etc. There's a number of various currencies. If you're interested in what each of these stand for, you can just Google the 3-letter code for a certain country's currency, and you can figure out what that is. So be aware of that. Here we have the Brazilian dollar. The Schedule tab is where you'll want to change it from manual schedule to auto schedule. All of our schedules are scheduled in auto schedule, not manual schedule. Unfortunately, Microsoft Project added it into as an option back in 2010, and they made it the default option. I wish they wouldn't have, but they did. Before that, it was not available. You'll come down here and you'll again, you do not want to change anything. But down here, you'll see new task created. I have it set to auto schedule. In yours, you will see manual schedule. Click on the down arrow and click on auto schedule, and then click on OK. And down here, this should now show up new task auto schedule. Let's go back to the options pop-up box. All of these other things you will not want to change at all. Please leave these alone. Microsoft Project tends to be a little bit sensitive, so if you change something, it'll probably throw something completely off whack, and you don't want to do that. So that's the third step, setting your schedule to auto schedule and saving that. The last is saving your schedule as a read only. Now this may not be self-evident at this point, but once you start entering data into Microsoft Project, any small changes to that data can have a profound impact on the overall duration as well as the cost of your project. And therefore, you want to save your project as read-only. As a read-only document, you are the only person that can make a change to that document, particularly if you share it with your fellow project managers or team members. So it's important that you maintain the integrity of your schedule that you have created, and that is done by saving it as a read-only document. So let me show you how to do that, the fourth step. So you go to the Backstage again, go to Save As, and I'm going to save it to my computer here, and I'm just going to say video example. And then down here, you see this tool button. Click on the down arrow and go to General Options. Now, you can set a password, protect it with a password. I highly discourage that because you would need to share that password with your fellow students in order for them to gain access. Click here, though. Check this box, Read Only, and click on OK, and then click on Save, and you'll see that this video example is now up here, and that it is a read-only document. So with that concludes our third video, which is setting up the environment, in which there were 4 steps: setting the start date, setting non-work days or holidays for your organization, setting your schedule to auto schedule, and the final one, saving your Microsoft project as a read-only document. Thank you for viewing this third. Oh, I forgot to change the 2 to 3. This third video on setting up your environment. I look forward to seeing you in video 4. Have a good day.